When changing the needle, take the thread out of the needle and take your screwdriver if you need it and loosen the screw at the side up here. Now if it's a little bit tight or it's hard to get your fingers around, lower the needle down just a little bit so you can get a hold of that screw. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Now okay, this machine hasn't had its needle taken out since it was made. Here we go. Get that loosened up. There we go. And once that's loose, don't turn it too much, but the needle will slip out, and if you catch it before it slips out, there we go. And we'll do that. When do you change your needle? You definitely want to change your needles when you've hit a pin, you notice a little extra clicking sound in your machine, or if you've changed fabric. So your needle actually needs to be matched with the weight of fabric. Heavier needles, bigger needles for heavier fabric, and smaller needles for lighter weight fabric. Then there's other needles like ballpoint needles for knits and denim needles for denim fabrics. There's all sorts. Check out the needle videos that we have on our website for an idea of all the different kinds. There's also a note here on the front of a needle. There is a groove. This groove must be able to accommodate the thickness of thread. So you can't have a small needle and a thick thread. You will not get the stitch results that you're after. To put a needle back in, you have flat side to the back. I usually put my needle down into my foot first, bring the needle as high as it will possibly go, making sure that to not spin that needle and get it so it's out of alignment, and then tighten the screw up. If you do it with your fingers, just go ahead and finger tighten it as you need. The groove should be down the front, and then you can use your needle threader. Here's a little trick. If you do use your needle threader after you put a needle in, if you notice this does not line up with the hole, that is clue number one that you did not get your needle up as high as it will go. So I always recommend that you do use your needle threader especially right after you put a needle in, and then that way you can tell if you've got it correctly positioned. We're just going to go ahead and put this in. I'm also noticing that my thread came out of the little guide at the top of the needle. Watch the difference. See this thread? It's kind of leaning down towards that eye, but as soon as I put that thread through the little guide, now the thread lays right next to the needle, and it actually is fitting into that groove. That's that important part where the thread and the groove need to match. If you ever have threads that are breaking, you're sewing along and your thread breaks, first thing to do is change your needle. You'd be surprised how many times just a simple needle change will fix most sewing machine problems.